I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just you listen to Boomer, great one. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
So the previous video, we had two great epiphanies in the comment section. Many thanks to the audience members who made some very insightful comments, and they need to be broken out into their very own videos because they're going to help the future generations. And the previous video, the client was about to inherit a classic car from his father, but his father, because of poor financial management and getting divorced 4 times, had a $40,000 note. There was a $40,000 loan against the car. This man is, he's old. He's not like young old, he's old. He's in the last inning of life. And here, son, here's your collectible car with the $40,000 note. And I said, that's the most boomers thing ever. However, I have realized a phenomenon with boomer men, and to a lesser extent, men of today's generation. But I'm gonna call out the boomer fathers on this because you're the trailblazers on this. And it's the number of times boomer men got married because they didn't get the memo that you don't have to get married to have sex. The vast majority of them. Now, if you're religious, that's a different matter. You got to follow the rules. But I am shocked how many times Lucy pulled the football. Well, it wasn't Lucy pulling the football away from Charlie Brown. It was like Lucy standing there with a baseball bat with barbed wire and nails stuck to it and just beat the fucking shit out of Charlie Brown. And the baby boomer men went and got married again. And in the process, as it happened with this baby boomer guy and many other baby boomer men, I don't know if you guys noticed the price for admission. You lose half your shit all the time. I know a guy who was on his 5th mail order bride. Yes, a boomer. He did have money. I remember the times he did have money. He had a nice house in a very nice suburb. He did have money. And now I don't know what he's doing, but he does not have the money he once had or could have had he just not gotten married 5 fucking times. And I think this story where here's your inheritance, but there's a shit ton of fucking debt attached to it. I think this epitomizes something, and it exposes a truism about generally baby boomer men, and to a lesser extent men today. The vast majority of your fathers love having sex more than they love their children. Because why the fuck would you get married? Right? The getting married is an anachronism. It's an obsolete practice to get married, but that's what you're supposed to do. Thank you, Dennis Prager. Thank you, Dave Ramsey. How were things back in the late 50s? Could you tell us a story about President Kennedy? Oh, that must have been real swell back in the days watching new episodes of the Andy Griffith Show. Tell me how that was. And at the end of the day, you got to look at what people's actions are and not what they say. The number of times fathers would go get married again, to lose money, to undermine the estate, what little estate there might be, to piss away the inheritance. It was all for the puss. It was all for the puss. I did it all for the nookie. Yeah, The nookie. Yeah. And the reason you're not a big reason, not the only reason, but a big reason a lot of you aren't getting an inheritance is because your dad just loved sex more than he loved his children. Now, that doesn't mean he didn't love his children, right? The single mom who goes out and parties, it's not that they don't love their children. They just love partying more than they love you. Not that they don't love their children. They just love the SUV more than they love their children. It's not that they don't love their children. It's more important that they look popular among all the people in Castle Rock, Colorado, and they undermine the fundamental finances of the entire fucking family. And by the way, modern fathers, I would say, are equally culpable. It's just that they don't get married as much. But they still will get married. And another thing is, men will stay in a marriage or stay with a woman who's bad for them and the children because they love pussy more than they love their children. And also, they fear the divorce or the settlement or the money or whatever. They fear that more than they love their kids. And it's fucking common. Look, the number of you that ship your kids off to daycare right there tells me that you guys value materialism. You love materialism. You love yourself more than your kids. Fine. I mean, it's tragic. It's horrible. You're despicable fucking people, but it's not my life. Have fun when your kids inevitably develop some mental disorder. So it's not purely the boomers, but the act of going through an outdated, obsolete, punishing, impoverishing process of marriage, not once, not twice, but thrice or four fucking times. Well, that's a boomer Olympic. I mean, that who does that? Who does with the boomers? Go talk to the American boomer men. They get married multiple times. And in the process, you like I can understand once out of tradition, and it's the 1960s and the 1970s. Gee, well, Chris, sorry, that's just what you do. But by the third time, don't you think maybe, hey, this isn't working out, and I got to start thinking about finances, and maybe it's a crazy concept for you boomers, but you see, in times past, you would leave an inheritance. So you look it up. I'm not going to explain it to you now. It's way too crazy a concept. But you would leave an inheritance to your children, not a fucking car with a fucking car note attached. But I guarantee you the reason there's a car note, you got to pay that car note out for your inherited car, is because your dad wanted pussy. And he loved pussy more than he thought about, hey, maybe I should do something sensible financially and not become a fucking pariah and liability. Now, the dad doesn't sound like he needed money or a bailout. But it does show. It does show. You got to look at their actions, man. And it's too late for the boomers now. I mean, you guys you're boomers. You know, you're what's the younger boomer? 70's on the young end for a boomer. 65, maybe, perhaps. Probably 65. 62. Whatever. All right. You know, maybe you could get married again. I don't know, great divorce and all that. But and you guys are on your way out. But you have, I just wanted to point out, this is the last generation to get married so many times because that's how much you were addicted to pussy. And it's so obvious that you guys love your pussy more than you love your kids. Yeah, more than you love your country, more than anything fucking else. I just right there. You see it? You see it over there? You see that? You see that? See how they meet in the middle? Ah, there's your epiphany. Oh my God, I guess you were right. What is the average speed for the rest of you normie conforming Americans to catch up with observations I made a quarter century ago? Is it about a quarter? It takes you a quarter century to realize what I knew 25 years ago. We're doing it in years, right? The speed of a conforming 25 years to catch up to the observations I made long ago. Link below is a book called How Not to Become a Millennial, because the baby boomers gave all the instruction manuals on raising kids to my generation and now the millennials, right? They raised you, right? And if you like the pain to end, maybe not raise the kids like the boomers did. How Not to Become a Millennial. By the way, it's also written for millennials to help you millennials salvage the last half of your life. But let me guess, you know everything because you have a college degree that your baby boomers told you to go get. You still have student loan for, but you have a master's, so you're just so fucking smart that you don't get to advice or anybody. Come on, baby, light my fire. Ken Rose, $2. He says hello. Ray, $2. I thought this one wasn't inheritable. Probate court. No, the probate court. No, then everybody would be they'd be borrowing against all their assets, and then they would pass it on to their kid, and the kid don't have to pay the debt. No, the first in line is the bank. If there's a note on it, it's first in line. The bank's like, hey, you pay the note or we repossess. Like, their collateral position is not secure. The number of millennials, and I think maybe to a lesser extent Zoomers, where you think your plan to inherit the house and just live there, the number of boomers that have gotten second, third, or reverse mortgages on those properties, and then you find out that, oh, there's like maybe 60 grand in equity on your $800,000 house. It was all for the pussy. That's all it was. Your dad just wanted to get laid, and he loved you. I'm sure maybe you're fine. I don't know. I know my dad loves me. He tells me all the time, But for the majority of you, they love the pussy and fear their woman. Not even their wives, the woman, just a little bit more than they love you. That's how it goes. I am spitting facts. Were you dropped off in daycare? Your mother loved her career just a little bit more than she loved you. Sorry, not sorry. That's how it is. Rushil, our East Indian agent in the field, for $10 generous. I think the future will be that you're going to see a lot of single men who aren't dating just live by themselves until they die. Yeah, that's what's happening now. Yeah, the future is now. They're just younger men. I can't really imagine anything replacing defeatism and depression. Adventure. I can't disagree with you more on that, Rushil. There actually is so much other stuff to do. Travel, adventure, this, that, all the shit women claim that makes them happy, and they're doing it. Men should be going and doing that. Who aren't really dangerous until they die. I can't really imagine anything replacing defeatism and depression. No, there'll be an individualist renaissance of sorts. And what's sad is a lot of people say, well, that's pretty pessimistic. They're young, don't you know? Yes, you're right. A lot of young men and women are just choosing to be by themselves. And well, that's a long time until they're dead. Right. It doesn't have to make it until they're dead. It has to make it until their generation of women hit menopause and can't have kids anymore. Because then, well, why would we get together except for then maybe just sex and loneliness? I'm not going to say which group of people are against ending that. That'll be a mystery. It'll be the Scooby-Doo mystery. But in terms of practical, like, well, you can't have kids anymore. We're not going to, it's over. We're moving on. Now, I'm not going to say who. Okay, there's two sexes in the world. This is going to be crazy. One sex can have kids until they're dead. The other sex can't. I'm not going to say which. But one always inevitably has an out for loneliness if they happen to find the right person from the opposing team. So they at least have that hope. I skate fast, $5, 31, Big Four consultant, completely burnt out. You're a Big Four consultant. Well, I guess 31, that's enough years. 500,000 net worth, 400,000, 100,000. Want to quit, or should I quit? Quit. Skate. Why don't you? Look, now, I presume you have your CPA. Why don't you go take the world's greatest accounting career, which I don't have it linked below. Buddy, you made the money. Quit. Get out of there. Go start up your own consulting. You got to have enough years experience and connections. You can go work private. And Big Four, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You're free if you want. 40,000 a year. You could still join the military. Do some a little bit part-time. Drive Uber. Fuck, you couldn't pay me enough to be a Big Four consultant. Go open up your own accounting practice, assuming you have a CPA. Or go get your EA, or go take a look at if you're in the accounting field, is what I'm saying. But yeah, you got enough money. You just have to be a minimalist. If you're not sure on how to be a minimalist, like you need your sports car, bro. Like you love things more than you love your children and other human beings. I have another course. It's called Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. You should probably take that one too. It's available on Teachable. Because you right now at 31, you have enough to retire, which I'm pretty sure you know based on compound interest. Now, maybe you got to work a little bit and find a job, but you don't need that much. You don't need that much to live, man. You could live in some what's a state that's like dirt cheap and all the poor people live and like nothing ever happens? Oh, I know, Ohio. Ray, thoughts? Oh, Ray, Jesus. Oh, man, I didn't see you here. Ray for $5. No, more seriously to the Big Four consultant. Yeah, man, quit. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Like you got to find a job, but it doesn't have to pay that much. But you're set now. Ray, thoughts of mine, $5. I laugh out loud at millennials who think they're getting their parents' house. Oh, yeah. They think they're going to get their houses, right? And you are. Here's your $500,000 house. Here's your $520,000 of mortgages that's been written against it. Even after you sell it, you owe the bank 20 grand. At which point you just let the bank take it. Dre, $2. How is second or third mortgages on one house is allowed? Because the property value goes up. That happened all the time in banking. You'd have some entrepreneur and they pledge the house as their collateral. That's the number one asset an individual entrepreneur has. And then the housing prices would go up by like 10, 20% a year. And they'd come back like, yeah, I know our business didn't make money selling used jock straps to third worlders or whatever dumbass shit they come up with. But my house went up in value, $100,000. Can I get an $80,000 loan? And the bankers would be like, yeah, bro, of course, because you got loan to value of 80. Here's 80,000. Pledge a second mortgage. Next year, same thing. Third mortgage. Next year, same thing. Fourth mortgage. Can I consolidate my loans, get more money because I'm a fucking Minnesotan entrepreneur dickless fuck? Well, of course, bro, because I'm a dickless fuck banker. Yeah, that's you can have as many mortgages on a house as you'd like. As long as the price keeps going up. Elon Musk filthy jockstrap, $5. Dear Cappy, my credit score is 451, the same as temperature where some fiat currency burns coincidentally. Should I pay off my 2027 Hellcat first or the mortgage? What about your student loan balance for the art institutes? Ray, $2. The cheap real estate in Ohio is gone now. Sorry. Yeah, I just giving you shit about Ohio. Yep. The cheap housing will return when half of you Zoomers and millennials, although it's too late for the millennials now because they've made their choice. You Zoomers, your housing crisis will end when half of you decide to become tradesmen and tradeswomen and not go to college. Then there will be a flood of housing. You won't give a fuck what the price of housing is. Be like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to build my own. Right? No, I'm going to go build it myself, swap out some labor. I'm done. I built my own little hut. And then all the generations before, oh my God, the Zoomers, oh my God, they figured it out. Like they actually built their own shit. I thought we just made money printer go burr and we did girl bossing and had I thought the DEI seminars would house us. I thought hating white men, that was going to make the housing. Apparently, we have to build the housing. All right, that's it. Link below is how not to become a millennial. If you guys would like the courses, that you could just search them. What the fuck were they? Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. And then The World's Greatest Accounting Career. Both available on Teachable. And for a fraction, literally a fraction of the cost of one college credit of the 120 you got, getting your degree in English lesbian poetry studies. For one 244th of the price of a college degree. Oh, you're so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. You can get your money under control. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later.